Introduction. Currently, all people have become dependent on electricity, with the majority of electrical appliances operating on electric power for both commercial and residential environments. Solar energy has become a favorable alternative to energy with increasing popularity because of its ability to reduce costs and be environmentally friendly. Advancement in electrical engineering research has revolved around harnessing sources of energy that are cleaner and sustainable due to the increased effect of emissions depleting the ozone layer and causing global warming. Electricity and solar energy have become the most preferred energy sources for use due to their numerous advantages and sustainable development goals. Therefore, in this study, the primary focus is to assess differences and similarities between electricity and solar energy. Main differences between solar energy and electricity. Type of energy resource. Energy exists in many forms, and it is the property of an object that can be converted to different forms or transferred from one object to another, but it cannot be destroyed or created. There are two main sources of energy, including renewable and non-renewable sources. Renewable energy sources, such as tidal, hydropower, and solar, are sustainable and available and plentiful. Non-renewable resources are natural resources underneath the earth and are not replenished at the same speed they are used, therefore, they are exhaustible and include fossil fuels and nuclear energy. Renewable sources, fossil energy, and nuclear energy are called primary energy sources. When converted, they produce electricity, a secondary energy source that flows through power lines and other transmission infrastructure. Therefore, solar energy is a form of energy contained as a primary energy source, while electricity is a secondary energy source that is produced through the conversion of a primary energy source. Formation. Sun solar radiation converts the solar cells into electricity, known as photovoltaic cells, including the small electric voltage generated when light strikes delve between the metal and semiconductor. A single photovoltaic cell can generate up to 2 watts of electricity only, and when the cells are interconnected, they produce thousands of kilowatts of electricity generated. In the past, there have been increased variations from the grid regarding solar energy and electricity. Initially, solar energy entailed the formation of photovoltaic radiations, whereas electricity forms from atoms. Unlike electricity, which uses the flow of atoms due to potential differences to produce a light source, solar energy utilizes sun radiations to form numerous other sources of electricity. Electricity is an artificial formation utilizing the flow of neutrons and electrons, while solar energy is a natural source formation. Cost. Solar modules lack movable parts that result in low maintenance costs and are highly reliable due to their long service life of more than 25 years, providing guaranteed electricity. However, its disadvantages include the high initial cost of installation, the need for extra efforts to set up, and requiring larger space for installation. On the other hand, electricity is regarded as one of the most popular options for an energy source because it is easily used and set up in most areas and requires no investment or high initial cost. The disadvantages of electricity as an energy source include a lack of tax benefits, expensive to use, having no specific rates, and the cost being uncontainable. Investing in electricity that stays with the consumers for their entire lives is cost-effective and quality assured. Since electricity is the most common and popular option for energy sources due to easy usage, it is associated with a lot of taxes that are coupled without particular rates. People began using solar energy because of being a natural, cost-saving, and energy-saving source. Selection of the right energy source option depends on the factor which has quality assurance and maximum cost-effective benefits. Independent of utilization. There are numerous advantages associated with using solar energy, such as giving short-term and long-term savings, being independent of the utilization, it is clean and sustainable, and having a taxation-free utility. Mostly solar are paired with batteries to allow energy storage. As a result, solar electric systems can work independently off the utility grid, unlike electricity that must be connected on the grid. Main similarities between solar energy and electricity. Renewable source of energy. Solar technologies convert sunlight into electrical energy either through mirrors that concentrate solar radiation or through photovoltaic panels. The energy is used for generation of electricity or stored in thermal or battery storage. Solar energy is similar to electricity because both are renewable sources of energy that cannot be depleted when used. Electricity is used as an electrical energy. Its forms similar to solar energy that can be converted from light energy to electrical energy for use through photovoltaic cells. These two energy sources are clean compared to traditional methods like fossil fuels. Conclusion. In conclusion, solar energy is renewable energy generated by the sun. Energy generation is done through nuclear fusion when protons of hydrogen atoms collide violently in the core of the sun and fuse to create a helium atom. Solar energy is harnessed using photovoltaic cells and converted to electricity for use, while electricity is a secondary form of renewable energy that involves the flow of electrons due to potential differences. Generation of electricity is through a combination of fossil fuels, nuclear energy, and renewable energy resources. The main differences between electricity and solar energy are associated with cost, demand for cleaner energy, and environmental dimensions. Solar energy is considered cost-effective, clean, and environmentally friendly, while electricity is associated with high voltages that cause ionization and emission of dangerous and harmful particles into the environment. You can find this and many other essay samples on our website studycorgi.com.